In this video, let me show you how to get the DeepSeek V4 Flash, DeepSeek V4 Pro on the Qwen 3.8 model. And you can also interact with this on the VS Code as well. Here you can see from the GitHub Copilot, we are interacting with the DeepSeek V4 Flash and all other models that I mentioned. So let us see how to get these models. So for this, open up any browser and in the search bar, just type OrcaRouter. So this is the website that we're going to use. Consider one gateway every model. And it has 200 plus models with single endpoint, and below that you can see a sample snippet there. But before that, let's create a account on this. So let me click on sign in now, and I'm gonna choose Google. You can either choose the GitHub as well, and let me select my Google account. Once you have logged in, the dashboard will look like this. Here you can see this is the dashboard, and here you will see all the details here: token spent and the total tokens that you have used till now, and the request that you have made. And if you go to the API key section, you can see that you can create a new API key. Over here, I have already created a one. And if you want to explore the models, you can go to the model section, and you can see we have all other models over here, and we have the Qwen 3.8 DeepSeek, all other models here. And don't worry, if you see the input and output costs, there are some input and output costs. But if you go to the billing now, and if you scroll down, you can see there are some plans here, but we're not going to use any plans. If you scroll down, you can see that free models available. If you click on browse now, these free models will not take any credits. You can see that currently we have 4 free models: DeepSeek V4 Flash, DeepSeek V4 Pro, and the Qwen 3.8. And we also have the OrcaRouter. And these are free models since it is an open source model, right? This OrcaRouter provides free access to these models. And before we access to this in VS Code, you'll have to get the API key. Let me click on create API key, and let me give you a name now. In this case, I'm going to give substrate. And here either you can provide some credit limit here, or you can leave this as default. And you can also set the recurring spend limit. I'm going to leave this as none, and expiration to be no expiration. And if you want to limit this API key to a particular model, you can also do that here. And if you search for free now, currently we have DeepSeek V4 Pro model free, and we also have the DeepSeek V4 Flash, and I'm going to select the one which is also free, and finally click on create key now. Here you can see we'll also get the snippet over here that how you can connect this using the curl command here, and you can also interact with this using Python as well, but I will show you how to connect this to the VS Code. So for that, click on done now, and let's go to the building section again and scroll down and click on this browse free models. And here you can see you will have a code icon over here. You can see that, and just click on that, it will open up a pop-up like this, where you have all the details here. You have the base URL, you have the model ID, and this is the information that we need. Open up your VS Code, and here you can either connect these in 2 extensions. The first one is using the client. The next one is obviously using the GitHub Copilot. I will show you the first method first. So let me open this client extension here. If you don't install this one, just install this client and then open this client now. You can see this is the extension, and here just click on settings now and change the API provider to something else. In this case, since this is OpenAI-compatible, so change the API provider to OpenAI-compatible. Consider we have the OpenAI-compatible, and then we need to provide the base URL. To get the base URL, you can go to the website now. Here you can see we have the base URL here. Copy this base URL and paste the base URL, and we need the API key as well. So what I will do is I will go to the website again, and let me duplicate this page because I don't want to go back again. And now let me go to API key section, and this is the API key that we have created, right? Let me click on these 3 icons and copy the key and paste the key over here. And for the model area, let me go to the website one more time. Consider here we have the model. Copy the model area here and paste the model area now. And you can also change the reasoning effort. I'm gonna set this to X high. You can also change here. And finally, once you have done the everything, just click on done now, and you can see now the model has been set to DeepSeek V4 Pro Flash. So let me say hi. Here you can see it starts thinking now. You can see that hi, I can see your project contains a Flask application with JavaScript files. So here you can see the JavaScript files over here and the HTML file as well. So what I will do is I will ask another prompt now. Can we describe my project file? So while it is thinking, I will show you how to set up the DeepSeek V4 Flash in the GitHub Copilot as well. Not only DeepSeek V4 Flash, the other 2 models as well, DeepSeek V4 Pro model as well as the Qwen 3.8. So for that, you can see that this is the GitHub Copilot. Just click on this model section and click on manage model, and here you can add models and select custom endpoint, And let's give you a name for our endpoint. In this case, I'm gonna say OrcaRouter, and then we need to provide the API key. So what I will do is I will paste the API key now. So you consider this the API key, and let me press enter and click on chat completions. So it will open up a JSON file over here. Here we need to provide the ID. So copy the model ID and paste the model ID over here. And then for the name, you can give any name. So DeepSeek V4 Pro. And for the URL, we need to provide a base URL. So let me copy this base URL now and paste it here. And if you want to change the vision to false, you can also set now. And finally, once you save the file, close now. Consider now the client extension has completed its reasoning. Here, what it has done is it has described all the project files that in. So now let's test the GitHub Copilot now. So you consider here we have the DeepSeek V4 Pro. So I'm gonna say hi. You consider we got the response as well. Hi, what can I help you with today? So I'm gonna say which model are you? Consider it says I'm using DeepSeek V4 Flash. So yeah, this is how you get the DeepSeek V4 Flash, DeepSeek V4 Pro, and Qwen 3.8. So if you go to the website in the dashboard, you will see all the details over here. Total tokens that we have consumed, and we also have the request here. And if you go to the billing, currently they are providing these models for free since it is open source models. So this is what is video, and we will continue in the next one.